Hey, welcome back. I have quite a few new things that I've received recently in PR and I didn't really think much about, but it seems like a lot of you all have had questions about these things. So I thought I would just sit down and test them out on camera because most of these I have been wearing for about a week now, I would say. And when I shared just like a little PR unboxing on Instagram, it seemed that a lot of people were interested. So I've got the Hourglass Vanish foundation, the liquid foundation. I've got the bareMinerals BAREPRO lipsticks. A lot of people wanted me to talk more on those. New Makeup Forever Ultra HD concealer. They reformulated this. So those are just some of the Starlight products I'm going to use. So I'm starting out by moisturizing because with this Hourglass foundation, it says that you do not need primer. You just need to hydrate your skin very well beforehand. And I definitely agree with that. This is a super, super, super matte foundation, in my opinion. A little goes a long way. I think on the pamphlet that I received, it said half a pump for medium coverage, 1 pump for full coverage. And I think that's pretty true. So I'm going to start out with, I haven't even been doing half a pump, you guys. Like, I don't even know if you can see that. So yeah, this is about the amount that I've been using. The color I have is Buff. I am self-tanned right now. All of the shades they sent me were way too dark for me without self-tan. So I just threw a little bit of self-tan on a couple nights ago. And this is the shade that seems to be working for me. So I have been using the brush that Hourglass designed for the Vanish foundation. And this is how I've been applying it. I have literally just been in like downward strokes, buffing it in, and it immediately blends in really well. I do appreciate that about it. But it is very matte. I do not have to set my face with any powder when I use this foundation. So yeah, just that little dot for one side and I'm pretty much good to go. So this is a little less than half a pump for half of my face. I am completely happy with this. I don't really know how it's translating on camera, but I have like a solid medium coverage on half of my face. So again, I'm gonna do a little less than half a pump for the other half of my face and apply it that way. I haven't used a beauty blender with this yet, so I don't really know how it applies in that sense. But like I said, I do appreciate that it's really fast application. I didn't really think that I would be into this foundation that much just because I feel like I was one of the only people on the planet that wasn't a fan of the Hourglass stick foundation. So when I got this in, I didn't really have high hopes, but I kind of like it. I wouldn't say it's one that I'm going to reach for on a daily basis, but maybe for more special occasion like event makeup, I could definitely see myself wearing this. All right, so I would say this is about 1 full pump on my entire face. I'm happy with it. I have a nice light medium coverage. You could definitely build this up way more. I mean, this is a super pigmented foundation. You all know I just prefer a lighter coverage. So now I'm going to move into Makeup Forever Ultra HD. This was one of my favorite concealers when they were in the little tubes. And when I saw that Makeup Forever redid them, I was like, okay, well, we'll see if it lives up. I have not tried this yet. The color I have is 21. And it might be a little dark, but this is the lightest shade that they sent me. So I'm just going to pop a little bit on, a little bit more than usual, just because I want to see what this looks like. If it's skin-like, like the previous formula was, or maybe if it's a little bit more full coverage. Just using that same brush to buff this out. So it seems like it is laying nicely with this foundation. It doesn't look crepey or cakey. It actually kind of seems to be a very thin consistency. So, so far so good. So really quickly, I just applied the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. And I have to say, for a medium full coverage base, on me at least, this is what I would consider medium full coverage, it looks really good. But the one thing I've noticed with this Vanish foundation, I've been wearing it for 4 or 5 days now, is that by the end of the day, it just seems a little bit too matte on me, a little bit too matte for my preference. And I have not been setting my face with anything with this foundation. And that's just, I think, probably me with, like, for example, my Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation. It's so luminous and healthy looking. I'm just not used to this flat base. But I just feel like I can pick up on, you know, some wrinkles a little bit more coming through. But it looks so good at first. Like right now, I think it looks awesome. But I have noticed that, you know, by the end of the day, it doesn't look too hot on me. I haven't worn this in ages. It's the NARS Orgasm Loose Illuminating Powder. So I think I'm going to use that as like a blush highlighter combo today. Oh, shit. I'm sorry if that complete F up on my cheek is still there. I can't really see it in the mirror, but I feel like the viewfinder just tends to capture sometimes things that I don't want it to capture. So if it's still there, my apologies. I am going to set my under eye, I think. I think I'm going to set just with a little bit of Laura Mercier translucent powder. Since I did apply the concealer. That's another thing. I have not been wearing concealer with this foundation. It has just been like full coverage on me, and I feel like that's all I need. So I've been mixing 2 Revlon Colorstay cream shadows, and I wore this in a video a couple days ago, and some people had asked if I would recreate the eye look, and it is very simple. So I've been using Praline, which is one of my favorite cream shadows ever, and then I recently picked up Caramel from the same Revlon line. So what I've been doing is I've literally just been taking like my cream shadow brush. This is a deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques, or also the Dome shadow brush. And I have literally just been mixing these 2 shades together. So I'll pick up a little bit of Praline and then pick up a little bit of Caramel. And I just go ahead and pop that on my lid. And it just creates kind of like this taupe color, but it's so pretty, so easy to do. You guys know I love a good cream shadow, and this is just a good combo. So yeah, it just creates kind of like this soft taupe tone on my lid. And then I think I'm just going to pick up a little bit of dark brown in this Covergirl eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use that as kind of like a shadow liner. So just going to start smudging that into my lash line. And I normally don't do this. Normally I would stop at the lash line, but I think I am going to bring this out a bit and kind of create a little bit more drama. I'm slightly intrigued by this palette now, and I kind of want to take this shade right here. By the way, this palette's called Peach Punch. And I want to take this just shimmering gold peach color and just like press that all over my lid. We'll see how it looks. And let's go ahead and smudge some of that matte brown shadow underneath the lash line. So these are really cool. I found them at Ulta the other day. They've probably been out for a while, but they're called Ardell Wispy Clusters. So I love the original cluster lashes from Ardell, and then also I think Andrea makes some, and then also Kiss. I use those quite frequently, but these wispy clusters are a little bit shorter and just darker and fuller. And something about that just works a little bit better with my eye shape. So I'm going to apply these because they make your lashes look natural but still flirty in a good way. And yeah, I would definitely recommend these. If you've had a hard time with individuals in the past, these are definitely easier to apply. They still take a little bit more time than a strip lash, but I think they look really, really nice. So this is one eye with the clusters and one eye without. Just really minimal drama. I like how natural they are, but they still really just bring life to your eyes. So really big fan of these. I actually bought 2 packs when I was at Ulta, and I'm glad that I did because I could definitely see myself using these a lot more often. All right, last but not least, I have the bareMinerals BAREPRO lipsticks here. If you want to see the swatches, I did a swatch video on my Instagram of all of the shades. But I got some questions on the formula, if I liked these. So basically, these are a long-wearing, matte, super pigmented lipstick. The description says that they are free of smudging and budging, up to 8 hours of wear, waterproof, weightless matte finish. So these are really comfortable. I would not say that they are drying on my lips. I have been wearing them for about a week now, and my lips have not dried out wearing them. They are matte, so they do look a little bit more drying as opposed to a satin or glossy finish. They do stay on the lips very long. At first, I didn't think that they were smudge proof, but if you truly let them sit on your lips for about 10 to 15 minutes before drinking and eating, they really lock on and they kind of stain your lips. So the staying power has been really good. 8 hours, I would say, is pushing it a little bit, just because if you are eating or drinking, I think that, you know, it's definitely going to fade. But by the end of the day, I think you would still have a little bit of color or at least a stain left. So overall, I think the colors are gorgeous. They are super pigmented. I'm liking them. I don't have any complaints. So I'm going to line my lips with MAC Soar. I am a little confused as to why they didn't release lip liners along with this launch. Do they already have BAREPRO lip liners? I haven't, if I missed it, then I missed it, but I don't think that they do. So yeah, I'm using MAC Soar just because it's the closest color to the shades I'm going to mix. I'm going to mix Petal and Strawberry, which are both kind of like rosy pink shades. All right, so that is it. I hope you enjoyed the little mini reviews on some of these new products. Overall, Vanish foundation, if you like matte, if you like full coverage, or if you like something that you just can throw on and don't really have to set, then I think you would like this. The BAREPRO lipsticks, gorgeous shades, really pigmented. They do have great lasting power. And then other than that, the concealer, Makeup Forever concealer, I mean, that was my first time using it. It looks good. I don't have any complaints. So I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.